First.
Well, you know what? You said that Freddie's always ready, and he is, except I just remember one last thing here
What's
that
up?
I didn't upload. So Mastermind double. Here we go. Mastermind double. DOUBLE. All right, save. All right, cool. Let me hit share screen here. How's everybody doing? Same old response. Look at that. Come on now, wake up. Don't do this to me this morning. Come on, how you doing?
Good.
Unmute yourself. Unmute
We're
yourself.
doing
That's not.
great.
Doing
what's
good.
that?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Fantastic.
All right.
Thank you for asking. How are
You're
you?
wel- I am absolutely fantastic. And I don't like the music that's being played currently, but it helps me to learn new steps, right? So I missed a cruise, I missed my Italy trip, and but it's okay. I'm learning new dance steps that way, that's the way it works. So anyway, yeah, I was supposed to be boarding a plane for Italy tomorrow, and I was supposed to be on a cruise last weekend, but the music changed, and so you just go with it, and you just learn some new dance steps. But I am doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Let me just pull this up here. Here we go. Finally, I got it now. Let me close that one out. And I'll share this one. Somebody tell us a really, really, really powerful, great, wonderful story from this past week in your life.
I don't know.
Who said that? I don't know. Somebody, come on, give us one. Someone, come on now. Don't get on here to start this multi. I want to stir the minds up here. Let me share the screen here. Here's what we got to do this morning. Otherwise, it's not going to be a true mastermind if we don't do this. And that is, this is right from Napoleon Hill, from Think and Grow Rich. Let me blow this up a little bit so you can see it. Can you see that okay? Think and Grow Rich. And folks, this is, somebody said, I just heard it this morning. I was real up early before a run and stuff. And, he said, your business growth is going to be in direct proportion to your personal growth, and the way you stir your mind up, and the way you're willing to grow and challenge your mind and that kind of thing. So, and it's so true. But the mastermind principle consists of an alliance of two or more minds working together. So I want to make sure our minds work together to this morning. Two or more minds working together in perfect harmony for the attainment of a definite objective. How many people were on last week? Unmute your mic and say I was if you were. Unmute your mic because I want to hear from you this morning. How many of you were on not last week? I'm sorry, because now I'm doing this every other week. The last time I was on 2 weeks ago. How many of you were on?
I was.
I was.
Okay. All right. Okay. How many of you remember? How many of you remember Desiree? Was she impactful?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. And Desiree, I think I saw you on this morning, didn't I? But anyway, what happened, some of the things we were talking about stirred her up to talk and speak up. She said it's the first time that she's really spoken up and shared her story. So when you think about this, working together in perfect harmony for the attainment of a definite objective, and I'm going to do something with you here in a minute. I want you to write an answer to something that I'm going to try and stir your thinking up and stir some harmony up among us. Success does not come without cooperation of others. So I got to get you to cooperate today, right? The mastermind principle is a practical medium through which you may appropriate and use the full benefits of the experience. Now, just because I have 46 years, matter of fact, this month I'm finishing up my 46th year in this industry. I'm going into my 47th year. Now, that doesn't mean my mind is better. My experience is better. It could be old and worn out. It could be that, Desiree, who's only been in the business, I think, how long you been in the business, Desiree? A year?
9 months.
How long?
9 months.
Right now, she probably stirred you up more just from that 9 months of experience that she talked about 2 weeks ago. Then so I could sit here sometimes and stir you up with my 46 years of experience. So the mastermind principle is a practical medium which you may appropriate and use the full benefits of the experience. And I don't care if your experience today is failing. We need to hear from you. Training, education, specialized knowledge, and native intelligence of others as completely as if it were your own. So that's what you could appropriate her experience, my experience, all of our experience, an active alliance of two or more minds in a spirit of perfect harmony for the attainment of a common objective. What's our common objective today, you think? What should be our someone write in the chat, don't answer it. Write in the chat what common objective we should have every other Wednesday on these calls. Write it out for me, please. What should be our common objective? One common objective that we should have. So write that out for me in the chat, and I'm going to come back and read it. An active alliance of two or more minds in a spirit of perfect harmony for the attainment of a common objective stimulates each mind to a higher degree of courage. I don't know about you, and Desiree, I'm not blowing smoke, but when you spoke up, that day I was more courageous, right? I really was. And what can I really learn from you? You've been in business 9 months. I've been in it 46 years. I can learn from your human spirit. I can learn from the harmony that you bring to the human race, right? Stimulates each mind to a higher degree of courage than that originally, ordinarily experienced. Okay, so yeah, we experienced something that we didn't always ordinarily experience last week, or last time we were together, and paves the way for the state of mind known as faith. I think a lot of people hung up, Desiree, last time that you spoke with a little bit more faith, right? So I don't care what your experience is, please speak up on these masterminds. So let me just look at the chat here a minute. Let's just see what we got. What did we get? A common objective. No one put on the chat? No. What should be our common objective? Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, my friend. Growth in knowledge and expertise in our real estate business. Okay. What else? Inspire one another. Okay. To change how we think and start working toward our goals. Okay. What else? What other common objective? Well, you guys are just giving me a tough time. I got to squeeze it out of you. To change how we think and start working toward our goals. Okay. All right. Here's what I want you to do. Answer this question. I'm going to put this in the chat. Okay. I want you to finish this. Okay. I want you to finish the sentence for me. Life is like a there's two of them. Now I want that we have 26 people on the call. I want 26 answers. Okay. And I want you to be on this call. We need to drive our ATVs, be authentic, be transparent, and be vulnerable, like Desiree was with us a couple of weeks ago. Okay, here we go. Everybody, 26 answers. Answer those two questions for me. Go ahead and answer them. This is group homework. Okay. Mike. Okay. Both cherries. I love it. Full of pits or pitless. So Mike says his life is like a bowl of cherries. Okay. Mike, what's your life like? You didn't answer the second question. My life is like the same for both, Mike. Mike, speak up. Mike, where are you? He texts, but he's not talking. Where is he? Oh, he's thinking. All right. Pop on there, Suja. No. Come on, Michael Lynch. I'm not letting you off that easy. Box of chocolate. I think somebody else said that, right? Forrest Gump, box of chocolates. You just never know what you're going to get. Turmoil, occasionally laugh out loud, never know what you're going to get. That's true. Puzzle, trying to put the pieces together. Carol, that's very direct. That's true. My life is beautiful. My life is like a tornado, messy and beautiful. Chris, I love that. My life is like a tornado, messy and beautiful. Ray of light. My life is sunshine with a little bit of cloud sometimes. I'm going to talk about that, by the way, Cassie. Michael Lynch, roller coaster ride. Okay. All right. All right. Come on now. That's not 26 answers. Good stuff here. All right. Now we're waiting for the bowl of cherries, Mike. Record, where are you? Mike Record, you said it's like a bowl of cherries. You're still thinking. Are you still thinking? Speak up for us. Speak up for us. Come on. What's this one called? Life is like a plant. You don't water it, it will die. Amen. It's like green and growing or ripe and rotting. Life is like a dream. My life is like a thunder. Okay. All right. Journey. Okay, Ted, it's a journey. Amen. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. One of the things I want to do is here. I want to go over here. Let me do this here because I want to really my job, and I say job that my volunteering to do this is to raise your level of thinking. Because, when Desiree spoke up 2 weeks ago, she raised everyone's level of thinking. So Desiree, after you shared with us later that day, at the end of that day, any thoughts about what you were talking about at the end of that day? Any doubts come in your own mind? Tell us how you felt after you shared. You were so vulnerable with us and you shared so much with us later in that day.
Well, I was nervous of sharing my story, and did I overshare or did I not share enough? You kind of get insecure in your own way, or what more could I have said that I could have added to it, other details that I'm sure I missed that were really hypercritical. But I was glad that I shared because several people reached out to me and thanked me for that. So I wish more people on the call would share. I would love to hear what's going on in your life, what you're doing, what you're not doing, just so we can hear that and grow from all of our experiences.
That's really interesting. And you notice I asked, how did you feel later that day? Because I knew there's all these emotions. It's just the way we work as humans, right? And you, I think I heard a little bit in there. You were glad you shared, but then I heard some doubt too, right? That
Yes.
You had doubt whether did I do a good job? Did I do enough? Did I say enough? Did I bring? And that's typically our programming, our human programming that we've got all along. And that's all of us. You listen to actors, you listen to people who are famous, same thing. They still have stage fright, no matter how many years they've been doing it. And so one of the things we've got to do is constantly grow as here. And I want to go here. Let me share this. Constantly grow where there's no more doubt, no more questioning yourself, because you and now I wish I could say that I've got this down and I've perfected it. I perfect it maybe 10 minutes every day out of 24 hours, maybe, is where I don't allow myself to doubt myself whatsoever. So after 70 years, I've got down about 10 minutes out of 24 hours of doing that. But it's the journey. I think Ted is the one who said that his life is a journey, but the journey of and always reaching for the fact that there's no doubt. I posted this the other day. I'm going to share this with you. You may have seen it. If you're a member of the Mind Body Mastermind, Annabelle, do me a favor, put the link in the chat. Mind Body Mastermind, in case you're not. The other day I was, everywhere I look, I am really doing a lot of work. And hey, let me just share this with you first. I want to talk about this. Hold on a second. Dear God, our Heavenly Father, Father of us all. Every time I pick up something and read, it's about artificial intelligence today. Oh, it's changing the world for sure in a good, powerful, positive way. There is no such thing. You know that. Because it's all intelligence. And intelligence, no matter how it's delivered or what it's called, comes from only one source, and that is divine intelligence and divine integrity that you faithfully deliver us in every day, every hour, every minute, every second, every beat of our heart. That divine intelligence and that divine integrity that's inside every single one of us. Folks, embrace it. Embrace artificial intelligence. Embrace everything that comes into your life, because the source is divine intelligence and divine integrity. Were you able to see the video? Because sometimes on Facebook it doesn't show. Were you able to see the video? Everybody, raise your hand if you were able to see the video or speak up.
Yes.
Oh, good, good. Yeah, I mean, I was at the beach the other day, and you know, I'm at sunrise most mornings, and you know, I've been doing so much work in artificial intelligence, reading what people say about it. And there's some people that come from a different angle in life and thinking that it's negative, actually, that it's all kind, but there's all kind of opinions on it. And there's, you know, but just like everything else, you know, when they said that Elvis Presley's, you know, dance moves were going to, you know, ruin the world, and it was bringing about the end of the world. Okay. I mean, people actually said that. So, you know, as human beings, we always are doubting, right? We have a tendency to doubt everything, but the worst part is when we doubt ourselves, right? But one of the things I want to try and get across today, and to get us stirred up again, and maybe get another Desiree to speak up. And Desiree just said it well. She wished more people would speak up. And the reason she said that is because we feed on that life. We feed on that interaction, that human interaction. So when she said, I wish more people would speak up, that's what she's addressing. Now, when she was very vulnerable, and when I said, how did you feel afterwards? She says, well, I had some doubt, and I was wondering if I said enough or if I said too much, is because of this. But one of the things that I want to try and convince you today, and to move this into the business aspect, because I was asking you about your life, between artificial intelligence and divine intelligence and divine integrity, between those two today, folks, there's no more excuse for us not to be powerful in every way there is. Now, we got the word power mixed up. Right now, I could go into this month was supposed to be a pivotal month for me, because it was 1 year to the day that there were some major things going on, right? In my life that turned out to be miraculous. Some of you know the story of my ex-wife and how, you know, I definitely miraculously got her off her hospice bed and got her driving from September. It was on my birthday last year, September 29th, and then got her driving in January. It's amazing. So I said, I can't wait till next September, and we're going to celebrate. And we were supposed to go on a cruise, and she was going to go to Baltimore and spend some really beautiful time with her sister. I was going to be in Italy for my birthday, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, it's amazing. And so but life has a different plan this September. And, you know, so there's some illness that has come back and you know, some challenges and what have you. But it looks like everything will eventually be, everything is always okay, right? Everything's always okay. Because with divine intelligence, divine integrity, one of the things I want to get across to you is that when you really trust it, the divine intelligence, divine integrity, you've got to come to a conclusion. Because when you look at some of when I wrote, what's your life like, what's my life like, blah, 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 is that, you know, one of the things that we're so peace about everything that we're working on all the time is that 100 years ago today, none of this bothered me at all. 100 years from today going forward, it's not going to bother me. See, that's divine intelligence and divine integrity, in my opinion. So what we're here to do is to become so powerful that we never have 1 ounce of doubt. Not that we don't have 1 ounce of things not going well. Someone said, how are you today? I said, well, I'm really not liking the music that's being played, but I'm learning new dance steps. Folks, that's what this life is about. That's what your business is about. If you really want to master the real estate business, keep listening to the music of everybody you can, but you've got to eventually come up with your own dance steps. I had a young man that, I'm eventually going to try and track down and have as a guest. I mean, he's up to, just like Jay DeFalco, my cousin, after 2.5 years, he's doing over 100 deals a year. And he just, oh my gosh, he was, he couldn't get out of his own way the first 6 months, first 8 months, but he never quit. Just like Ted's son, he never quit. He just kept showing up. And he said, I'm not doing it right. I could do something better. And he drove me crazy, and he almost came across sometimes a negative Nelly, but he really wasn't. He was just seeking, he was searching. He refused to give up. And, as Ed Violet says, he says his dad taught him, just go one more hour, just one more hour. Don't quit. Just go one more hour. Go one more day. Go one more day. Right. And that's been a secret to him building, billions of dollars worth of businesses. Right. So please trust divine intelligence, and please trust artificial intelligence. If you have not purchased, not the free stuff, if you have not purchased one of the really good AI apps, you are missing out. You're missing out. And between a couple that I've purchased and, ChatGPT version 4 is one of my favorites because the way that it brings it out and what have you. It's amazing. And it's in all areas. So embrace artificial intelligence. You're in a day and age that you need to become the most powerful that you've ever been in your entire lifetime. And despite circumstances, because I want to show you this, I'm going to share this with you. We just had this a couple of these articles published. Annabelle, if you could pull up, let's just see, let me find it. One of the articles, give me a second. I meant to have this ready. This article here that I just had published. Let me pull this up. Annabelle, if you can find one and put it in the chat. I've got one. Here it is. All right. Here's one that just Yahoo. Here it is. No, wrong one. Here we go. Let me share my screen with you. Now, this may come across as negative, okay, but I want you to stick with me, okay, when I share this with you, because in part of this is some of the stuff that matter of fact, all of it is my entire life experience. Whoops, what happened to my Zoom screen? I lost my entire Zoom screen here. Here we go. Share. This is an article that I've been working on, a concept. Renowned life and business coach Fred DeFalco unveils soul cancer as the fundamental roadblock to life fulfillment. Now, that may sound negative, but it's not, because it's real. Fred DeFalco points that soul cancer is self-inflicted condition causing individuals to normalize crisis and conflict as a regular part of life, all based on bad belief systems handed down from generations. So as I study myself, as I study life, some of my coaching clients, what they keep going through over and over and over again, I'm starting to realize is that, and no matter who you are, right? I've been very privileged to fly on the jets for billionaires. I've been very privileged to work with people on death row. No matter where we are in life, it's all the same. And so I'm going to put this post here and just, I want to, get this to you, and you'll see MBS cancer on the link, but that's mind, body, soul cancer as well. And when I say that, the reason I bring that up, and it's like I say, it sounds negative at first. Wow, doesn't that's no, because when you really think about it, it keeps coming back over and over again to our lives. Why? That we feel some of the ways that we feel, like we just, went through and that we put in the chat, how it never seems to end. It's just a different day, a different version, right? So let me put this in here. And when you get a chance, open that up and just read through that. But the essence of it is that in here, I talk about allowing yourself to live without power, allowing yourself to believe that circumstances and the what did I do with my screen? I'm having a tough time. Here we go. Is that as I go in here and go into this, is that our true essence, Desiree, last week, what came through, I mean, not last week, when we were together 2 weeks ago, what came through was your true essence, right? But yet when you hung up, you doubted it again. See, that's again, that bad belief system that we've been programmed with, and it just destroys, it keeps coming back and it takes away our true essence. Our true essence is powerful, it's peaceful, it's positive. That's who our true essence is, because nothing could ever interrupt who we truly are. We come from the source, we go back to the source. We come from love. I believe love is the source. I believe we go back to love. So 100 years ago, I was not dealing with what I'm dealing with right now. It didn't bother me at all. 100 years from now, I'm not. So what's it here for? What did divine intelligence and divine integrity allow circumstances or whatever it was in my life to take place in my life? I've got to trust. It's not that I'm so stupid. But yet that's what we do. We blame ourselves instead of saying, wait a minute, divine intelligence, divine integrity has allowed my life to take place the way that it's taken place, to shape me in such a way that I can go out and that I can be who I really am. And if I say it's like Baskin Robbins. I used to teach Sunday school kids when I was, 30 years old, 10-year-olds, 9 years old, 11, that like Baskin Robbins, every flavor. I said, if they don't like your flavor, if one of your friends don't like you, it's okay, because there's people who don't like certain flavors of ice cream. You're a certain flavor. Well, this has been developing all throughout my life. So we all are called to something different in our life. I have friends that are called to never making a mistake financially, never making a mistake business. They're multimillionaires, 5, 6, 8, 10, 15, 20 times over, right? But they're called to certain things. There's people that are, 25 years in prison. They're now out. They're building a new life in another country because they had to leave this country. And I finally have convinced them that their circumstances and their conflicts and their crises in their life and their conditions, taking the life of their own children. Now people say, Fred, you're losing it. You mean to tell me divine intelligence, divine integrity caused it? I didn't say it was caused it. Somehow, all the other healing that's taken place, watch the movie The Shack. Life circumstances you've got to understand it. Otherwise, they deplete your power and it causes soul cancer. And then it drowns your happiness and it destroys your true essence. If you have not watched the movie The Soul Surfer, please get The Soul Surfer. Watch it with your children. Watch it with your loved ones. Watch it with people that you care about. Because your true self and your essence. Now, as I've been writing this the past 3 months, 4 months, I'm planning my life. I'm going, wow, things are great, 3, 4 months ago. And I said, but why did all this stuff keep happening to my clients that I work so hard with? They work so hard, but yet it keeps coming back over and over again. And what was really interesting, my circumstances in writing all this got worse. My conditions got worse. I had my conflicts though, but all of a sudden, a little miracle came. I had, some of you knew the relationship with my nephew that was former XP. I got a call out of the blue. Uncle Fred, we need to talk. And, the apologies that I didn't solicit that just came. But on the other hand, other circumstances and conditions got horribly worse. I was supposed to be on my way to Italy tomorrow. I was supposed to be on a cruise last week, and none of it happened. I was in emergency rooms. I was in doctors. I was in getting tested. I got to get more tests as of yesterday. Not me, but my loved one, right? So, but anyway, but my power feels stronger than it's ever felt. It's felt stronger because I'm now the other morning when I thought of this artificial intelligence, divine intelligence, I said, oh my God, this is so true. But folks, we've got to quit thinking that all my circuit, even your failures, even your lack of motivation, even your lack of getting your stuff together. Now we're going to go into business here in a second and transferring this over. because I want you to have power. The soul surfer, a level 7 soul surfer. I mean, a level 7 surfer is known as a soul surfer. That's how she got that name in the movie, Soul Surfer. And so a level 7 soul surfer is a master of their tools, body, and board. How many of you feel you are a master of your own tools? We can't even get our KV core down sometimes. Why? Because we're not, our true essence have been eaten away with. We think our circumstances, our conditions, our whatever, we make excuses. We got to get in control of our tools, our body, and our board so we can become this soul surfer where we ride on top of these waves. Folks, I got to tell you, 3 more hours at the doctor's yesterday was not fun, but I came out of there surfing on the top. I came out of there on top of the waves because of this quote here. This is right from the movie, you know, the shark bit off her arm. I don't know how many of you know the story, but she says in the movie, my fear of losing surfing was greater than my fear of sharks. My fear of losing surfing was greater than my fear of sharks. I want you to replace the word surfing. My fear of losing success was greater than my fear of whatever else, because success, not everything going right, but success is the artful management of failures and setbacks. And it's the artful management of all the things that are not going well. It's the artful management of your time blocking. It's the artful management of your calendar. It's the artful management when your to-do list gets so big is that you let the most important things come to the top. And it's stop making excuses for your life. Stop making excuses for your self-growth. Stop doubting yourself. Once you speak up, Desiree, and now guess what, Desiree? I'm speaking to you and I'm speaking to me too. Because as soon as I hang up, Desiree, I promise you, after 50 years of doing this, I was a 23-year-old agent. I went and started sharing with classes like you shared with us 2 weeks ago. I still remember my first meeting. I went in there, there's wow, whoa, blah, blah, blah. Dude, it was great. And I walked out and I remember, oh, wow, did I make a fool of myself? Oh my gosh, I got back all this feedback. We love this guy. But yet I walked out and I said, did I make a fool of myself? And today, after I hang up, I'll tell you what will come over me. Okay, big shot. All that talk, now face the to-do list you got to do today. You know, so we got to stop it, folks. We're going to cure our soul cancer. So please spend some time on here, you know, because this is what you're faced with. When these 4 C's, okay, when they're not understood and artfully managed, the cancer cells just take place and they create these mindsets. It's the personal mediocrity. Well, I'm just not good enough yet, but I will become. Stop it. You are as good as you're ever going to get. When you are in your original condition that God sent you here as, and you're going to be in the same condition when you leave here, no matter what happens in this life. Allow your circumstances, listen to them, look at them, appreciate them. This morning I was out on a run, you know, and I love running in the dark, you know, like at the 5:30 hour. It's just really refreshing, right? Where it's quiet and you're still there, you start hearing the birds speak up, and you know, and I was thinking about the word pop. Power of the present moment, power of the present, because my mind kept wanting to go, you got to do this, you got to do that. Oh my gosh, you know, yeah, you're supposed to be on the plane tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. But I just said, man, power of the present. I'm just laughing at myself. And it's fun. It's actually fun where I'm taking these circumstances and these conditions and all this other C's in my life. So it doesn't give me these kind of mindsets, right? And the other mindset, it's okay. Folks, it's not okay. It's not okay. Well, I'm not doing what, you know, Desiree's doing after 9 months of the business, but it's okay. Folks, stop. And it's not good enough. Don't accept good enough. Good enough is the enemy of excellence. Stop with the inferiority complex to personal growth. I just said, I saw the quote this morning when I was doing some reading. Your business growth is in direct proportion to your personal growth. Lack of power over anything mindset. You have the power over your body. You have the power over your mind. You have the power over that relationship that is causing you grief. You have power over that money issue that you're facing. You have power over that loved one who's going through medical stuff. You have no power over, you don't think, but you do have power over the way you respond to it. the mentality of defeat by outside forces. There's just too much competition. I'll never be able to penetrate that farm. I'll never be able to do this business. There's just too many people better than me. Well, you got to get out there with your uniqueness. Something is wrong with me. This is the worst of the worst of the worst. There's something wrong with me. No, there's something right with you. You were created in a natural form that nothing will ever change. You're going to be in that same natural form when you leave. I don't care how much you think you screwed your life up or didn't do it right or didn't do this or didn't do that. There's nothing wrong with you. Once we get that, there's nothing wrong with you. Desiree, when you hang up today, I want you to look at that mirror and say, you're beautiful, you're bountiful, and you're blissful. You were created by an artificial, not artificial, I'm sorry, divine intelligence and divine integrity. And there's nothing artificial about it. I love this fact when people say artificial intelligence, that's BS. All this stuff that AI gives you is from beautiful minds. You're talking about a mastermind. Oh my gosh. AI is delivering us masterminds instantaneously. It's crazy. Man, I hate that word artificial intelligence. That all came from divine intelligence. I don't care what intelligence there is. Intelligence is all from the source, divine intelligence and divine integrity. And then the other one is judge and jury, right? Some of you may have already judged me and said, wow, man, he just takes this stuff too far, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Or you may judge and say, see, I really appreciate Fred saying this, but I'm not there yet. You've already judged yourself before you hung up. So stop it. Stop it. Watch the movie The Shack when they said, come on up here and sit on the judgment throne of life. Who you want to start with? Your dad, your mom? No, let's go back to their mother and father. Watch the movie The Shack. When he said, step up here on the judgment throne of life, and he broke down, he said, I can't do it. I won't do it. I want to stop being judge and jury. Number 10, if only, and someday I'll. This is the worst of the worst, folks. So anyway, let's stir up. I hope I stirred some things up. Let's see what we got in the chat here. Anyone start speaking up? Let's have another Desiree. Desiree, stir them up. They're not stirred up for me. Come on, someone stir up. Jeffrey, look at that smile on Jeffrey's face. Jeffrey, speak up, man. We always see you. Jeffrey's always early. He's always here. He's got a smile on his face. Jeffrey, come on. What did you hide behind that smile? Speak up.
Well, I like your encouragement. Go ahead, Desiree. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that Judith unmuted first. I think she has something to say.
I do.
That's go ahead.
Well, what I have to say is that, I heard Desiree's story last 2 weeks ago, and I think it's great. I don't know everybody else, but for me, it makes me feel bad for a few seconds because I've been in with this license for 2 years and I haven't even done anything close to what she has done. However, I see life as a marathon race. I don't know if any one of you have ever run a marathon, but for me, I have a couple of times in my life, many years ago. And for me, it's about the race. It's about a long-term race that lasts a lifetime. And for me, the most of the time you have to be on the zone in order to keep on, going. And sometimes you sprint, and then sometimes you slow down, and it's okay. So everyone's marathon is different. That's what that's the way I see, things. And I admire people like Desiree. Of course, I'm way older than she is, and I've done like a lot of other stuff in my life, besides doing real estate. And as I said, I have a very different background. I'm an immigrant, but that's the way I see life, as a marathon, as a very long race. And I'm also a Libra. My birthday is September 28th, by the way. So I guess
happy birthday, almost.
No,
Mine's
almost,
the 20.
right? So
mine's the 29th. Mine's the 29th. We got.
I know. I heard that. That's funny. So I'm a Libra. We're both Libras. So I guess I'm trying to look balanced in everything that I do. I mean, I don't like to go all out. I mean, I'm not a sprinter. I've never run a 5K before in my life. I never have. And I don't think I never will. But anyway, that's the type of person that I am. And I bless everybody. But as I said, I heard those stories hers and many other people's stories. And I said, wow, I mean, and that makes me feel bad for 2 seconds. I say, you know what, that's her story. I might have a different story. And I guess everybody else, you know, in this table has a different story too.
Yep.
So, I mean, I like to do things differently, and that's okay. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, fantastic. Jeffrey, go ahead. I'm not letting you off the hook that easy.
So I am a person of faith, and so I believe in God, and so I appreciate what you're bringing, because, and you know, why do we suffer? Why do we have hard times and difficulties? And we can learn so much. And so that's a position of humility that, you know, I don't know it all. I don't have it all together, and I can learn from other people, and I can learn from what you're talking about and the inspiration that we get. And the mastermind, I truly appreciate how you bring and focus in on the mastermind, because it is powerful. Our experiences are powerful. Our stories are powerful. And then, you know, having a faith that it's not random. There's a design, there's a master design. There's a great purpose and meaning that's fulfilling, and truly, and that I have the opportunity based on choices that I make for opportunities that I can look for, and it's not given. We have to work for it. You know, anything that's worthwhile, we have to work. Nothing worthwhile is ever going to be given to you, you know. And I just feel like we have such great tool with EXP, you know, our company. I believe we have such great tools and the opportunity, and then to help people and to do good, you know. So I get excited about these things, and then you come along and motivate. I mean, you push all the right buttons for me, and it makes me happy. So
well, good, Jeffrey. I'm glad to hear it. But hey, Jeffrey, you just one thing you said that to help other people. You know, one of the things I want you to think about and see whether you believe this or not, or what you did not believe it. I don't even like the word believe. It's just consider it, right? Is that what you do today affects someone's 400 years from today? Because folks, let's face it, nobody on this call was here 80. I may be the oldest one on the call. Anybody over 70? I may be the oldest one on the call. Okay, clockwise anyway. Because see, I say, and no one said it in the chat, I say life is like a football game, 4 quarters. 0 to 20 is quarter 1, 20 to 40 is quarter 2, 40 to 60 is quarter 3, and it's 60 to 80 is quarter 4. Folks, I don't know what quarter you're in, right? But I have a coaching client. I told her the other day, and it woke her up. I said, you've got to stop. I said, you're in halfway on the 3rd quarter. If you don't stop this and stop not exercising your power, you are going to be in the 4th quarter pretty soon. And then you're going to be on the half of the 4th quarter. Stop it. You know, start exercising this power, who you really are. And what we got to realize is that we are not here for little old me. We're not here for our family. We're not here for only our grandchildren. We're here for someone 400 years from now. This chat GPT that Michael, I'm going to bring that up quickly too. Look at the chat. Michael just posted something really cool about chat GPT. This chat GPT is from, you think it's just from the last 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years? No, it's from the last 400 years, because our knowledge and is collective, right? And when we start seeing life that big, that it's not about little old me. It's not about my little old circumstances, my crisis. There is no such thing as crisis. It's all a matter of training. It's all. So once we start seeing life as big as that everything I do, anything I don't do, is going to affect somebody 300, 400, 500 years from the day. Now, folks, I don't know about you, but it gives me great comfort to know that none of us on this call are going to be here 100 years from the day, because you know why it gives me great comfort? Because that's the system. And I trust the system. It's divine intelligence, divine integrity. Now, quit making a big deal out of going out and prospecting and making a big deal over call reluctance that Michael Lynch put up. Here's what Michael Lynch said, in case you don't, if you're on your phone and you're driving. Regarding Chat GPT, I asked it how to get over cold call reluctance, and it gave me a full book of advice. Same thing for scripts, email templates, text. I'm redoing my whole database templates using ChatGPT, and Agent Hub 360 is incredible. Oh, good, Michael. That's right. You sign up for Agent Hub 360. By the way, Annabelle, put in the gift code for Agent Hub 360. It's the small one. It's the FD, I think it is. Agent Hub 360, folks, at least do the business plan there. Only $45. So, Michael, I'm glad you got into that. Thank you.
Amazing. Both amazing.
I'm glad you got into that, man.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, that's gonna change your business for sure. I can post the answer the chat gave me for call fear reluctance. Yeah, post it for sure. Absolutely.
Okay, I'll put it on.
Yeah, but anyway, Jeffrey, thank you for that. And then as you're thinking, Annabelle just put on Agent Hub 360, that FD50 off will take the $95 down to $45 for you. But take Agent Hub 360 for your business plan. You're talking about intelligence. Oh my gosh, you get like 20 hours of intelligence in 1 month for $45, right? So anyway, but Jeffrey, thank you for sharing that. But guys, think that big with your business. Let's go more into some business concepts. How can this stuff help us with our business? This attitude of success is the artful management of failures and setbacks, you know, and getting these challenges. Somebody tell me how you overcome a challenge this week with maybe some of this intelligence or.
I got a question there, Fred.
Yeah, Ted.
How do you push through this doubt, the doubt that pops up every once in a while, I should say? I'm not going to say everybody. I'm just making myself vulnerable.
Yeah. You know what, Ted, that's a great question. And the way it started out is even better. How do I push through it? You don't. You know, it's like what I help people stop smoking cigarettes, and I'm pretty successful with it. And what I get them to do is not stop smoking. I said, your ego doesn't like to stop anything. Your ego, you know, it's so you don't ever stop anything, you exchange it, right? So if you have doubts, you exchange it for something else. And doubts are nothing more than false edge. It's fear. Everything is fear. Everything is fear, 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 fear. I don't know how many of you watched the movie of the house in California where the 15 kids was abused all their life. And the kids never really broke out of the house until the one was 17 years old and saved the rest of the family. Oh boy, what was the name of it last night? First time I ever come across it. It's like 3 or 4 years old. And you say, why didn't they break out sooner? They had all these years of abuse. 15 kids, this couple abused for 15 years, chained them up to beds and all this stuff. Well, it was very simple, fear, right? So Ted, when you say, how do I push through doubt? You don't ever try to push against doubt. You just let it dissipate. When you go to Mind Body Mastermind the other day, it's you know, doubt is what? Clouds of fear or clouds, right? So when you go here, just the other morning I posted, by the way, if you're not in the Mind Body Mastermind, please get in it and comment and add to some of these posts. For instance, it's this one here. We are limitless in power, not that one. Good morning. No. One of them. Anyway, the clouds are real black. And I said, look, good morning. No, that's the artificial intelligence. I thought I had it just the other day. Here's one here. It's not. Yeah. Hey, bright eyes, make it a bright day. I think. Oh, no, this was early morning. It was dark still. Anyway, the clouds are real black, right? And I said, look, this is supposed to be a sunrise, but look at all these black clouds. And then, but you had this real pretty art. I thought I posted that. Maybe I didn't even post it. But anyway, and what I said was, it's a matter of, you know, getting the clouds to make some art out of the dark clouds, right? I'm not finding it. So that doubt is nothing but a dark cloud. That's there, but there's a sun in your life somewhere. So all you got to do is look at that cloud and go, that's an interesting formation, but it's not real because the sun is much more real than that cloud. It just gives it some time, right? So focus on what's real because a doubt is an illusion, right? Can you give me an example? Can you give me an example?
I do. I make calls, and sometimes I think that the scripts or what I'm saying is not effective enough because I'm not getting the response from, I think I should be getting a better response than what I'm getting.
Okay. Well, no, you don't think, you know, correct? Because you're not getting the response.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. So be real, be real about it, right? Because you might be hiding behind those phone calls and what divine intelligence is saying. Get your ass up, Ted, and you get out there and you go take some MLS sheets that, brand new listings that just hit the market, right? With your name and face on it off of MLS, and you go to your public supermarket. I don't know where you are. Where are you located? What state?
Daytona Beach.
Okay, you're Daytona, you have public supermarkets, all right? You go to a busy Publix and you go out there with a big smile. You got a beautiful smile when you do smile. You don't smile enough. Smile some more. Good, smile some more. That's your best wardrobe, is to smile. And you go out there and say, man, folks, I'm so excited about this listing we just brought on the market. MLS, it's we. I just want to hand some of this out. Maybe divine intelligence saying, hey, I'm not, you gotta up your game, right? So just find out. Going, hey, if it's not working, it's not working. Either then change the script, do what Michael did. Matter of fact, he just posted it in there. You can copy and paste that. Yeah, this is pretty cool, Michael. That's pretty cool. So Ted, that's the thing. Don't doubt yourself. Get real with it. Let it tell you something, right? Let it tell you something. And we all do that. I opened this darn office, this branch office for 4.5 years ago. If you would see my bill of what this cost me in the last 4.5 years, I don't doubt what I did. And there's no right decisions. There's no wrong decisions in life. That's the other thing. There's no right decision, wrong decision. There's just decisions. So I'm still not quitting, and I've got some plans I'm putting together. I'm still going to try and make it work because I don't want to quit. But eventually, I'm going to trust divine intelligence and divine intelligence. I have a really big fish that's supposed to be coming in, and they want a big space here that's going to liven the office up. If that doesn't happen, because I just said the other day, I said, and again, the fear, the doubt started coming in, or the stupidity. Hey, stupid. Hey, stupid. That's one the ego likes. Hey, stupid. But I just said, hey, it wasn't a wrong decision. It wasn't a right decision. If I had to do over, would I do it again? Well, that's a stupid statement. I don't have to do it over again. When's the best time to plant a tree, Ted? When's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago, right? That's the best time to plant a tree. What's the second best time, Ted? What's the second best time to plant a tree?
Now,
right? So whatever you're doing, if it's not working, stop doubting it, make a decision, either live to make it right and go to ChatGPT and say, darn it, I'm gonna figure this out, or you change directions. That's all, because it might be divine intelligence, divine integrity directing you another way because it wants you out there, and stop hiding behind the phone. That could be it too. You don't know until you know. Now there's other people that do phenomenal on the phone. So you just keep working on it. Don't use the word doubt. Don't use the word push, right? Don't use the word lose weight. The ego will always keep your weight on you. If you say, I want to lose weight, you got to say, hey, you got to say to your soul, I'm going to gain health. I'm going to gain health. This morning when I was out running at 5 o'clock this morning, 5:15, my ego, if I would have said, hey, I'm out here to lose weight, no, I'm out there to get in the present moment and smell because it rained real heavy last night. I said, I'm out here to smell that. I want to hear the birds waking up. I just fed my soul, and guess what? And I don't run long distance. I run 25 minutes, right? And it's a jog really, but and the feeling of the breathing and then starting to feel the sweat roll off the head and just got into the present moment. Now, if I said I'm going to go out here and lose this, the extra 10 pounds I put on in the past 3 months, 4 months, I don't have to lose anything. I want to gain health. I don't get on the scale for that reason. I get on the scale maybe every other month, right? Because I know where I am. I know where I am because my body doesn't rule me. I rule my body. I allow my head to rule my body. Now, when I get frustrated with my body from, abusing it, eating that half-gallon ice cream when I should have stopped at a quart, but I'll make up for it. So I just then enjoy my humanity, my stupid humanity. And then so have fun, my friend, have fun. Don't push, have fun, right? So because it's not about, it's not about struggling, right? It's about juggling. You're struggling right now. Stop it. Juggle it. Say, that's not working. Let me try something else. Let me try something else. So that's what it's about. Anybody else? Come on, let's go, man. That's good, Ted. I'm glad you brought that up, man. See, that was vulnerable. That was transparent. Anybody else? Who's got a good real estate story? And end us with a good real estate story. Somebody. I got one of my paid coaching clients that owns her own company. Finally got her to get her antennas up. It only took me 6 months. She got her first 2.8. I think I brought that up 2 weeks ago. She was working on it. She finally got it signed and executed. Today we're working on the marketing of it. A $2.8 million commercial listing. She just, and you know how she got it? Ted, this will bring it up. 6 months it took me. I tried to get her to do everything. She just didn't believe it. But she gave me lip service that she believed it, but she didn't finally. But finally, I finally got it across to her. I said, "How come we don't have any high end listings yet? You know, how come you don't have any commercial? We keep talking about this. I don't want to say her name. We keep talking about this. I got this text, and then I got a call, and then I said, "Oh my gosh, I know this stuff worked." All she did, she started adding to her language when she was talking to people. I says, "You got to add it." When you say I own a local real estate company, by the way, you all own a local real estate company with EXP because it's your company, not EXP's. You're just powered by EXP. And she said to one person who was a builder that she was showing some lots out there, showing some cheap lots. And she said, "Oh yeah, I have, I own a real estate business and I really, I do everything." Oh, she said, she added, she used to say, "Oh, I work this area." Whatever. She says, I'm a real estate specialist. I tell people always say I'm a real estate specialist and I do all that. And I've got a great group because I tell her, even though she's my coaching client, even though she's not EXP, I said, I've got a great group. We do everything. He said, "Oh, do you do commercial?" "Oh, absolutely." Because I teach everybody in my group to say, "Absolutely." "Oh, I got this friend of mine. Oh my gosh, this listing she got 2.8 million, all by changing her language, Ted. But yet 6 months it took her. 6 months by just changing her language a little bit. So it's a matter of your belief system. You got to believe you can get business first, because business is not good or bad out there. It's good or bad up here. So just don't push against it. Don't struggle. Just juggle it. Say, okay, I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to go to Publix and hand out. I'll tell you, folks, if you did just that, went out and started handing out MLS sheets of brand new listings coming on the market are really nice and getting really excited. First, you go preview them and get really excited about it. I'll tell you what, you watch what happens. You will pick up the leads. It's almost like jumping out of a building. If you jump and try to defy the laws of gravity, you're going to get hurt. Well, defy the laws of prospecting. Get out there, start handing out MLS sheets, start getting out there, meeting people, kissing babies, shaking hands like politicians do. Watch what happens. It happens. So juggle it, don't struggle. All right, cool. REX, if you get tired, I don't know if you all can see his screen. If you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit. Amen. Banksy is the quote. I like that. Who's REX, by the way? Oh, is that Robert? Yeah, that's Robert. He shows up at the last minute. I love it. Well, he may have been here, but I love that. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. All right, cool. All right, folks. It's great being with you. Anybody else? One last thing. Come on. I need some energy here. Somebody give me one last thing. Give me some energy.
I can tell you, like, when I feel like down, Ted, like, like I feel that it was a horrible day. I didn't accomplish anything. I just set like a small goal for my next day. Like, like tomorrow, I'm going to commit myself to do this. So I don't have like long-term goals. I work more like in short-term goals that are focused on the future and just to be able to reach where I want to get in the future. But I just work like daily, because we are here today. We don't know if we will be here tomorrow. So why am I going to worry about 2 years from now? I'm just worrying about today, and I'm doing my best today, and this is what counts.
It is your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your altitude. And that's what you got, Virginia. I love that attitude. Great for you. Mr.
I read I read this that stuck with me, and I do apply it. It says, "A rising tide lifts all the boats." So I just love that when I read it.
I love it. I love it. By the way, watch, I'll put my thumb up like this. And if the camera, it picks it up, I put it on auto, and it like if you raise your hand and stuff, watch. If I raise my hand and keep it up long enough, it raises automatically. Watch. I figured that out with Zoom. That was pretty cool. A little intelligence there that I figured out. And if I go like this and hold my thumb up, it'll, well, I have my hands up now, it won't do it. It'll put a thumbs up. Anyway, Mr. R.E.K. Hey, what a great way to end, folks. I'm going to end with R.E.K. because he's going to come with some profound wisdom here. Go ahead, R.E.K.
Virginia, I know you say you don't write down your goals, but here's how I approach it. I write down my top 5 things to accomplish for the week. I actually don't expect to accomplish them, but it at least keeps me focused. And then I have one that says, what do I want to accomplish for the month? And what am I trying to accomplish from the year? And they're all different goals. Some of them are business and some of them personal. And I find that if I keep them in front of me, it helps to remember why I'm here and what I'm focused on. Because the days that I really want to quit, when I'm tired and I want to quit, I go back to that and I say, I'm keeping myself accountable here. What is it that I said I was going to do? And we adjust them as we go along. But I think it helps to keep us in focus in general.
Yep. Very good, Robert. Yeah. And one of the things on Mind Body Mastermind, I did something the other morning as I was thinking, I woke up with on my mind, demandments still. And I said, that's what we need to do in our life. And I called it the Falco Demandments. There's a little video on Mind Body Mastermind. Look it up. But we got to demand more from ourselves, folks. We are so powerful beyond belief. We're so powerful. Our words are so powerful. Words can kill or words can heal, right? Everything about us is powerful. Our bodies, just while we're here in this 1 hour, the hundreds of thousands of the blood cells moving through your body, your heartbeat. Oh my God. I mean, think about it. Everything is energy and power. And that's why, Ted, doubt is a power killer, right? You don't ever doubt. You don't struggle with anything. You juggle it. You juggle it. And as soon as you struggle, when you start wanting to sit in front of the TV and just hang out, or you want to start eating that extra bowl of ice cream, it's your soul crying out saying, it's your ego saying, see, I got you, but your soul is still crying out that, how that other feeling that you're eating that extra bowl, right? Saying, well, you really shouldn't be doing that. That's your soul saying, hey, you're bigger than this. You're better than that. Go out and smell some air, go out and take a walk. Before you go get that extra bowl, go take a walk and find some things that you can juggle versus struggle with it, right? Because there's nothing worse than living a life of struggle. I've got a lot to do. And some people could look at my life and say, man, that poor guy's struggling. I'm not struggling anything. I'm juggling. And again, as I said earlier, when I started out, I don't really necessarily like the music and the tone right now, but I love the new dance steps that I've learned in the past week or past 10 days since 10 days ago when some stuff really hit us. And I just love the new dance moves I got. My soul is dancing a different beat. It's bigger, it's better, it's more blissful, it's more beautiful. And that's where you want to get to it, Ted, is just always juggle, don't struggle. Okay. All right, man. Perfect. All right, guys. Thank you. So good being with you. I'll see you 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now. Ciao.